What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Small Reviews here, and we are back. We're not just back at it again. I am back. Took a week off for everybody, so it was a little irregular. Just had some moving going on. School starting for me, my final semester here. So I just, all types of stuff going on. I'm just kind of quiet in the battle rap street, so I just figured, give it a week break. We have, as we speak right now, Battle in the Bayou is going down. Can't wait for those battles to drop, and I'm going to be looking at the updates, right after I'm done recording this, probably while I'm editing, really in tune with that event. But Philly Battle Academy just threw their event, War Ready 4. Dope event. I was able to get the VOD. Obviously, I think there's supposed to be a live pay-per-view, and then it didn't, technical difficulties today, the VOD. And I want to go over Bill Collector versus K-Shine, as well as Geechi Gotti versus Rosenberg Raw. Now, I will say, just ahead of time, both of these ended up being one-rounders. Not, definitely not what I wanted to know. I knew that Geechi and Rose, I think, going in might have been a one-rounder, but it was always kind of like they never really said what was up with Bill and Shine, so it's unfortunate to see it as a one-rounder. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it's my fault, but still want to give this, enough top-tier names and good material here. Just wanted to show some love to the league. Philly Battle Academy's put on a bunch of dope events throughout the years. Just shed some light and talk about the results here. So nothing too big, just going to go over these two one-rounders. And without further ado, let's get right into the breakdown. So first battle I'm going to start out with is Bill Collector versus K-Shine. Now, this not being 3 rounds, just the champion of the year implications it could have. Bill and K-Shine just being a good matchup, top-tier name for Bill. Just a lot of different things I was excited for. But it being limited to a one-rounder, like I said, just hurts a little bit. But nonetheless, they were pretty decent. First round, Shine starts off the one-rounder with his shoot. I shoot everybody opener. Little dudes, tall dudes, the right dudes, the wrong dudes. So he had debuted that versus Sick. He continued to hear his opener versus Bill. Chauncey missed the big shot. It's like Chauncey, if I missed the big shot, I'm going to have to hit Bill up the way. So that was fire, the Chauncey Billups line. He had some OBC Bill flips. This is the thing you see with a one-rounder. Is just, it's good, but there is some material here that if it was a 3-round battle, there's not as much of just throwing in these kind of Bill flips with a little bit lower on the performance. I think Shine's performance throughout probably is the best quality. He did keep good energy, but in the beginning, kind of felt like going through the motions a little bit. Maybe that's just my observation. Bill extension, raise Bill like fees and services, taping Bill like I ripped $1, so regular Bill flips, and then goes from all they're going to hear is Bills, Destiny Child. I thought that was fire, one of his better bars. This is a counterfeit Bill. Go to the mortician, and the counterfeit Bill, like the steel tables, I thought that was fire, that concept. MU, I step with monsters. They never mention Billy and Norristown. I was talking about how Bill's not really from Philly, but they always say he is. They don't mention that he's from Norristown, so Norristown. I like that, and that Shine kind of turning up, and I really actually like the back half of Shine's second, right from around that mortician line. On both 45s on both sides of Bill's helmet, like a buffalo, like that. And then he gets into this kind of comedy thing about the story. Obviously, Bill and K-Shine kind of had to dust up, had some problems back a few years back, and it was just him giving his side of the story, doing some comedy off of Bill's. I got the burner, saying that I know he ain't got the burner. Why? Because they searched him. All these little funny things that he threw in there. Hitman's little brother. I don't care if it was Lil Slap's little brother. I don't give a fuck if it was my little brother. So just some more comedy, and kind of just shit gives an all around, and on the way out, the one thing he does, he's surfing. He's a bar there, can't quote, kind of missed it, didn't understand it the first few times. Probably should have looked back and gotten that one down word for word, but he has a haymaker at the end saying, he's surfing, and he says, that's a diss. So K-Shine throwing shots at Surf, I don't know, seems like a lot of guys talk about trying to get back with Surf, so maybe that's what that is. I'm not sure, but, good shot at him, and overall, good end to the round. Like I said, I think Shine's performance really is what sold me on this. And we get into Bill's round. I can't lie, I'm just a little disappointed from Bill in this battle. It is a one-rounder, so there's only so much, excitement I can have, but no, I'm not from Philly, but I'm home enough to set trip. He has a joke saying, K-Shine, when you look like that, you look like you're related to E-Heart. But I just think he has some dry spots here, some really, kind of rudimentary Shine flips that we heard before. Then pistol on him, turn your lungs into a lava lamp. That, to me, was the bar of the battle. So even though, like I said, I'm a little disappointed, there was some dry spots in Bill's round, that lava lamp shit was absolutely, I love that. Should have saved that for a 3-rounder, actually. 112 next to Shine, Bad Boy Reunion. Bill, does this thing saying some comedy, giving his side of the fight story with Shine. Kind of shades of old Bill all over this battle, in my opinion. I follow the professor every move like a teacher's assistant, and then he has a Sunshine, Bill with her bar at the end, which is something else I kind of heard before. I heard Twerk said it to Bill. I know it was a little bit different with her. The wordplay was a little, but overall, like I said, a little redundant on the flips, and it did remind me a little bit of like old, like more performance comedy driven Bill, which that is always going to be part of his style. But one thing I've liked from Bill Collector recently is his more back-to-back bar style, actually focusing heavy on the daylight-ish part of a battle rap, where it's like, it's not always the craziest wordplay or just haymaker producing, but every little bar connects. There's a little bit of wordplay and a lot to rewind and find. So I think he got away from that in this one. It's a 1-rounder though, so I had Shine 1-0 edge and pretty comfortably. I'm not going to say clear, but maybe you prefer Bill's comedy a little bit more, some of his bars, but I thought Shine just gave a little bit more energy, but a little bit of a letdown to see as a 1-rounder. Shine 1-0, and then that'll lead us into Geechi versus Rosenberg. And now into Geechi's first. He starts off only raw they respect is too raw for the streets. Kind of starts out with that. He had an off-white. I'll smack you to my hands. Off-white. Geechi Gotti versus you know how Geechi Gotti's opener goes if you're a fan of battle rap. But that's his first bar. Only respect is too raw for the streets. Bullets going in hot and coming out frozen like raw oysters. I like that. And this was actually pretty prepared and a pretty good Geechi. And obviously it's a 1-rounder, makes it a little easier for that. So it was kind of cool to see that. I heard there's been some rumors too about Geechi retiring at the end of the year. I didn't see him say anything about that. Maybe he did. But that might be my first topic blog if that actually does happen. But this is battle rap. No one really retires, people. If you didn't know that. First thing you do after you hit a lick is change your clothes, but it don't matter because you can't change your soul. Talk about your soul got death on it. That's one of the clips that's actually kind of gotten out of the battle already, and one of the more fire ones of the battle. Obviously, Geechi with the imagery and the real talk, his strength in battle rap. Better have your protection. Better have you some protection because this thing hitting everything raw, fire. He has a baseball scheme comparing the block to baseball, and he ends it off with, our shooter, that was my designated hitter. So the way that he was able to bring it all around, he used like 4 or 5 different positions. Dope. Like I said, really good sound writing and just great real talk from Geechi, what we want to see from him. Out of all the hoes that left me at my worst, the only one that came back was Karma. That was fire. Like I said, more real talk, Geechi Gotti being Geechi Gotti. He kept blocking. I realized the Lord kept blocking my blessings because I ain't aim high enough. Talking about shoot him low. If he had aimed for the head, blocking the blessings, that was fire. Everybody, I found out when they could barely afford my homie's funeral, everybody can't afford to die. So tons of quotables here. Everything here I probably delivered a little weird. I'm just reading out the bar. But if you haven't, go cop Philly Battle Academies VOD, or wait for it to drop, however you please to go about it. But this is definitely material worth watching. And then at the end, he calls out Easy, Reed, or Enes, says he would take any of them in Philly. Regular Geechi stuff. And that leads on to Rose's round, which I actually liked Rose's round a lot too. Loved Rose's growth this year. Battler that a few years ago I would have called a local talent, kind of been hard on this channel, but he's definitely, from the real talk to pure rapping, he's just kind of found his niche, his confidence, and you can see it in the way he raps now. Don't matter. Catches a smooth rap pocket in the beginning, and he says, doesn't matter where you from, I got southern, west, and north ties, but it don't matter where you from when that van pull up and them doors slide. Right off the rip, that flow, I like that. Feed you through the tubes, Geechi, now that's crip. Okay bar, has a flow pattern, and Lincoln Cell, unorthodox, like Philly Shell. So once again, regular Philly stuff, really honing in on the pockets, which I love for Rose. I think his content's gotten a little better too. We'll see at the end of this round his actual quotables, but never leave that rapping behind. That's the special part that makes Rosenberg a unique talent. he had a Braille bar very similar to Calico's bar versus Franz. I don't think he bit it, but it's just been so recent that I just heard that, and it wasn't as good as that one. So admissible for me. Has some trap talk. Obviously great at that. Zombieland with needles on the ground. Gotta watch where you walk. That was fire. But then he gets into probably my favorite bar of Rose from the battle here towards the end of the second. Bullets going through, running right through you like Wawa coffee. I like that, you know what I'm saying? That North shit, Wawa coffee. People who get that bar get that. So that shit was fire. And then Philly loved me. What we love Jihad. See what happened to him. I talk about Geechi saying Philly loved me, and then the incident obviously went down with Joey Jihad. And then the one thing I will say that probably is a separator for me and why I edged the battle 1-0 to Geechi, I might even call it pretty clear, is that I wouldn't say it's chokes or stumbles because he really didn't stumble over his words, but you can tell Rose is kind of like remembering-ish his material as he goes, and it leads to just some pacing issues where it's not like the awkward little silences between bars are a lot more noticeable, even though they're only a second long. And that's what having your pace off can do, is it just feels weird. It feels like they're about to choke, but they're not doing anything. They're not stumbling on their words or anything, but you can just see they're a little bit off. But the Wawa coffee bar was fire. The unorthodox Philly shell, all that pure rapping was good, but I prefer Geechi. The real talk I thought was better. The karma's a bitch, the comeback, the baseball scheme on the block. And then what pretty much sealed it for me was God blocked my blessings because I ain't aim high enough. Just haymakers, I don't feel like Rose outside of the Wawa coffee one was able to match. So, as for these battles, like I said, got Shine 1-0 edge in a good one, and then in a better battle, I got Geechi 1-0 edge, and honestly, a better battle, I'd say the Shine Bill battle was okay. Geechi versus Rose was dope, but for one-rounders, you get what you get. But overall, decent event. Also, Truffaut beat Kaboom on that card. Thought that would be a good style matchup, but Kaboom really came in like a OBC bag. I always hope to see maybe a performance like Kaboom versus Jackboy. Ever since he put that together, I kind of hope with some of these style matchups and aggression, Kaboom could bring more of that content. But kind of had some whack bars in that one, Truffaut 3-0, and I didn't quite yet to get to see the rest of the Battle Academy card. I'll definitely check it out. I might not mention it up here, but I'm definitely going to view it personally. But cool little card, man. Battle in the Bayou going on right now, so seeing as that might go, news coming out, should be some Summer Madness announcements tonight, so a lot of content coming to you guys this week as Summer Madness picks up. Very similar to Gnome, going to have a lot of SM-based content. And one more thing before I head out. Two more things. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's actually like 4 motherfucking things. But like, comment, subscribe. And I also want to say that with, as I said in the beginning of the video, I do have school coming up. And in terms of what that might do to the schedule, obviously that's got to be my priority to get that done. Now, I still plan on doing at least 2 videos a week. I'm going to still shoot for 3, so nothing should change immediately to the schedule. I'm still going to shoot for 3, but if it ends up some weeks only being 2 uploads, a little bit of work on my plate. I'm going to try to be more active on Twitter. Follow me on my Twitter in the description. It's very easy for me to tweet back and forth, maybe do spaces at night, as opposed to recording all new topics and whatnot. So any of that, you know what I'm saying, just get at me. But it's been, expect a lot of content coming your guys' way. I'm happy. Not as many breaks from here on out. And it's been J Smoke Reviews again, y'all. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.